Hi friends, it's Anna here with another empties for you. Full disclosure, this is the third time I have attempted to record this video. I keep getting interrupted. Things have just not gone like they're supposed to go when I'm trying to record. Those of you who are regular YouTube recorders, I'm sure you understand having those days where you just can't seem to get anything recorded without interruptions. Problem is I don't have editing software, so every time I get interrupted I have to start over because I don't have editing. So I have a very few empties, but one is very exciting to me. I have 7 of these single cube bags. These are from Bring Back My Bars. As I've said before, the way that my team does Bring Back My Bars, one of my directors will buy both of her Bring Back My Bar kits, and she will offer for us to get 1 cube of each of the scents from the Bring Back My Bar kit for a much cheaper price than the full kit. I have baggies in here from 2 different Bring Back My Bars. This previous one that we had in January, she tried just writing numbers on the baggies with a Sharpie marker, and the oils ate the Sharpie marker off. So those are the ones, well, some of them stayed a little bit, but those are the ones I cannot tell you what these scents were. I do know that this week I did 2 coffee scents. One was Perk Me Up and one was Hazelnut Latte, both from that Bring Back My Bar. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 from that Bring Back My Bar. From our previous Bring Back My Bar, which was last summer, which was our June 2023 Bring Back My Bar. I have this one, which you can read the number very well. This is number 8 of that set of 25. Which was Happy Birthday. And I did this cube of Happy Birthday on April 25th, which is my precious friend Rita, y'all, that you've heard me talk about so much, who is actually just across the hall in my bedroom, letting me try for the 3rd time to record this video. April 25th is her birthday, and we do a lot of special things because there's a lot that had to change about her birthday over the past 20-something years. In 2001, when her mom died, they quit. Obviously, they couldn't go on the birthday trip they used to go on, and so that's hard. But then when she had her adrenal crisis in 2010, there's a lot that she physically can't do anymore. And then she, in 2018, had a cancer diagnosis, and she still has to take some meds daily for that give her a really hard time because of her adrenal insufficiencies and the adrenal crisis. It's so much harder. Even just being on an oral maintenance drug is so much harder for her. And y'all, when she was in actual treatment, they did 1 week of combined chemo and radiation at the same time, and she did it twice a day. Y'all, I thought that week was going to kill her. I legitimately expected that week to kill her. So, trust me when I say we celebrate every milestone we get a chance to celebrate. And I make it as special for her as I can. But because that's the only one that I emptied up in that mix, that's all I'm going to say about that. I did empty up a clamshell of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs Kind Heart, which is a very treasured bar to me because Snow White has always been my favorite princess, and I begged Scentsy for the longest time for Snow White. This little dot here is when I was trying a size of dot to mark my bars. This was not a proper size dot. I have a few that have that size on it, but realized that wasn't going to work and I need to get bigger ones, so not really sure what's going to happen with that. But Snow White, kind heart, very, very special bar to me. Snow White has always been my favorite princess. Then there was, y'all know, I've talked a lot about my friend Dusty. She couldn't, and when you look at my picture for my channel, she is in my picture with me. Look at that picture, you know she could have easily played Snow White. As her hair was coming back post-chemo, she could have very easily played Snow White at Disney in between the second and third occurrences that she had with her cancer. And we used to joke about that all the time. People used to say that I loved her so much because she looked just like Snow White. It was a running joke. Obviously, that had nothing to do with our connection, but it was a running joke. So, this is on that level a very special bar for me as well. And I fly out June 1st to go on a very special trip, which is to celebrate my 30th birthday, which is May 15th. But it just didn't work out for us to be gone the week of my birthday because of some things Mom's got going on at work. So we are leaving June 1st. We will be gone till June 10th. 3 of those days we will be in Anaheim, California in Disneyland. So my California peeps, if you want to meet us, please feel free to come over and meet up with us. Message me if you want the info and I'll get you hooked up with where we're going to be when. But we fly out June 1st, so we will arrive in California sometime around noon after you factor in all the time changes and things. And we will spend the afternoon in downtown Disney. Then we will do 1 day in each of the 2 parks, Disneyland and California Adventure, and I cannot remember which one is which day at this point. And then at that point, then we board a cruise ship the next day with Carnival. We board a cruise ship on June the 4th for a 5-day Mexican Riviera cruise. But I'm doing a lot of Disney and a lot of beachy inspired bars because Disneyland and then the cruise. So I've got this bar Snow White. I had 2 cubes of this left, which is a good thing because you guys can see this one was getting very juicy. This is a club bar for me and I do have plenty more of it, but this one was my first one that I got and it was getting very, very juicy. So I'm glad it's done. Now for the most exciting empty that I have. This bottle of Avon hand and body lotion. Now, Avon is not a brand that I typically use often. In fact, I have had this bottle of lotion since 2018. It is a pure miracle that the scent had not gone completely off because this is a very similar scent to Bath & Body's Warm Vanilla Sugar, which we know vanilla scents tend to go off. This bottle of lotion, though, there's a little bit of water down in the bottom of it because I had the bottle in the shower tonight trying to wash the lid and it has dripped down because you know I saved the lids for the cancer center in Mexico. This bottle of lotion, though, was very special to me. This was given to me by my Nana, who we lost in 2020. She had been diagnosed with colon cancer in 2018 and had surgery, was doing great with that. Then she went back for one of her follow-ups and had metastasis to her lung and her liver. And her doctor recommended chemo. Her oncologist recommended chemo, which at her age we were nervous about anyway. But he said, you're talking 6 months if you don't do anything. And she said, well, I want to see my grandkids do more and my great-grandkids do, And so she started taking chemo. And for those of you that don't know, that weakens your bones. And then because it will cause the body to attack itself in a lot of ways, then she fell one day in the shower getting ready to go to a chemo appointment, and she fractured her hip. And at 81.5 years old, a hip fracture will be bad enough, but with a compromised immune system at 81.5 years old, the hip fracture, I'm convinced, is what did her in. But I'm also convinced she would not have fallen and broken a hip if she had not been taking chemo. So I'm kind of, I'll never be okay with the fact that we didn't try harder to discourage her from taking chemo. But it is what it is. But she had given me this lotion. I love the warm vanilla sugar scent at Bath & Body. She had given me this lotion because it was given to her, and then her skin didn't react well to it. So she had given me the bottle because she said it's very similar to your warm vanilla sugar that you love. Well, if you remember a couple of empties ago, I emptied up my sweet pea lotion that I had. I still have sweet pea shower gel that I'm using. I needed a lotion that I could use when I came out of the shower. And so I have been pairing what was left of this bottle of lotion with the sweet pea for a little while. And it is now gone. I have another very similar scent lotion. I actually was given a full set of stuff for Christmas. A hand soap, a sugar scrub, a lotion, and a body wash. In a brand called Scent Therapy. And it's Sugar Vanilla Dream or something like that. It smells very similar to warm vanilla sugar. I'm going to start using that lotion in conjunction with the sweet pea. Which I know probably means I'll be off on my lotions for a little while here. But I am so thrilled to have this lotion used up, and I'm proud that it did not go off in scent. So I feel very accomplished right now. And I will be putting this into our garbage takeout for tomorrow. But of course the lid will come off. All of these plastics just go into our garbage takeout because we don't have local recycling around here. We used, when I was at the college 2 days a week, I would pack my empties up. I would just put them in my backpack and put them in the plastic recycling because the college did do it. But we don't have local recycling around here. So all of these do just go in the garbage for me. I will take this Snow White one, and I'll wash the oil off of this, and I'll use it for the Disney project that you've heard me talk about that I do for the kids in the hospitals. But all of these, like the back part of that clamshell and all of these little baggies, are just going to go in our garbage collection because we don't have local recycling. And I wish we did, but we don't. So that is what that is. That is what I've gotten through in the past, I believe it's been 2 weeks since I did an empties. I have used, again, I'll say it, I've used more than what you see here in the empties because I only talk about empties. So things that I just used 1 or 2 cubes of and the bar's not empty, we've not discussed. but I'm still using a lot, and I still have a few of these testers to go through. They're going to get used over the next, this is Clementine Cupcake, and I just needed a wax to sniff there for a minute. Some of these testers and the last little single cube baggie are going to get used this month. So you're going to see there are going to be still a steady flow of empties, although my empties may slow down a little bit now that I'm through a lot of the single-use things. I only have a handful of one and done things left at this point. And you guys know I only talk about empties. So our empties may be shorter, but as you can see, this one was relatively short as well. And I've already rambled for over 15 minutes, so I'll still be here chatting with you pretty regularly about what I've got going on. Until I see you next time, friends, please remember that I love you. And please have a blessed day on purpose.